Hello YouTube, and today I am reviewing the Visitation Special Edition. Now you probably already know that because it's at the top of the video, and of course you can see it right there. Okay, so this video was meant to be up on Saturday. I have a really good reason. I am doing my 2nd year anniversary video. I filmed one of them, and I've just got to do another one, which is basically a big thank you to you guys out there who watch my videos. Okay, if we look at the cover of this DVD, we have the standard Region 2 TARDIS roundel, so the BBC logo up there. We have the story, the Visitation Special Edition. Now I really like this new cover art. Now I keep on saying I love the sort of disc art and cover art. That's because I generally do like some of the DVD covers, and I'm really enjoying the 2013 covers. Okay, so we have Tegan. Don't know if you can see it just there. I do a bit of zooming in. We have Tegan, we have the Jazzy Android, Peter Davison, the Pterodactyl, and some fire, which will become more relevant if you've seen the story, and I'll explain at some point in this review. Okay, so we've got inside the Pterodactyl ship, and we've got some sort of boxes, well, probably containing sort of the enhanced plague. We've got this red Peter Davison banner, which I think really does go well with the blue, and it's brilliant. So if we look at the spine, this is going to be really zoomed in. I have the spine, really nice, really cool. Okay, at the back we got the special features, what are stated. I don't know if you can see them. This story is by Eric Sayward. Now this is his first Doctor Who story what he wrote for Doctor Who, and it's a really good story. Okay, so we look at the pictures. Just off the camera. We have Michael Robinson's character, who is really good. This sort of eccentric showman, and in Grim Tales they sort of talk about his sort of character. Now people thought he was a bit of overacting when he was playing the character, but I think they were right in saying that he it really did add to the character. Okay, so we've got the android disguised as Death, which is a really cool idea, which I'll talk about later. Pterodactyl, and we've got the TARDIS crew. Yes, if we look at the disc art, we have Peter Davison there, just on his own with some fire inside the Pterodactyl ship. And then we've got the Pterodactyl, Android, and Tegan. Okay, so if we look at the booklet, we have the Pterodactyl there, and we have the chapter print on the back, and some more pictures from the story. So if we look inside the booklet, we have on disc 1 we have commentary, we have film trims, directing who, Peter Moffat, writing a final visitation, scoring the visitation, isolated subtitle, production note, Easter egg. I don't know what it is. I've never found a DVD Easter egg. On disc 2 we have Grim Tales. Now this is a new special feature for this release. Mark Strickson, who played Turlo, who is not in this story, is basically presenting this and interviewing the cast, such as Peter Davison, Jeanette Fielding, and Sarah Sutton, and they basically just talk about the making of the visitation. Now Mark Strickson has really done his research in this, and he has some really good questions about this, and it's just really good. I really did enjoy the making it, and it's still in a different style. It all goes through sort of the locations, so we actually are on a location where they were walking around the woods and stuff like that. We've got Television Centre, the Television Centre of the Universe, Part 1. That just looks at Doctor Forever. That looks at the audios. Coming soon trailer, which is Inferno, Radio Times listings, and BBC sales sheet. Okay, my thoughts on the story. Now, what I like about this story the most is But a normal Doctor Who story, you know, you'd start with the theme, as you would, and then you would go into the sort of Doctor and TARDIS in the first episode, you know, going, oh, where are we going, Doctor? Ah, we're going here. Ah, but in this, it starts. I think it takes 4 minutes, well, 4 or 5 minutes until the Doctor actually appears, and the companions. In those 4 minutes, it really does build the sort of setting with the Jacobean sort of lifestyle, and it really does set the scene for the story and the sort of the main sort of centre of the story, the house, which I think is a really nice idea. Okay, so if we look at the monsters, we have the android. Now the android, so if we go through his disguises, death is brilliant. Really good idea using death, because people are very superstitious and wary of sort of things like that at the time in the 1600s. We have the android design itself, and it's not wearing its disguise, really does represent the 80s with all the glitter and all the sort of gems and stuff on it. It really does say that this isn't an 80s sort of thing they've designed. The pterodactyl is a brilliant monster, absolutely brilliant. Even though the design isn't very good, but I really do like it. It's very sort of alien-y, sort of using, it's like with Jadoon, using a rhino, but they use some sort of exotic fish for this. Yes, so they are sort of the bad guys in the story. Well, the android isn't really a bad guy, the pterodactyl is. Yes, what I like about the story as well is events in history what we aren't actually sure how they actually started, and Doctor Who comes along and goes, hang on, you think this happens, we think this happens, and the sort of ending is sort of the Great Fire of London started, and I just think that's a really good idea, that the Doctor and the pterodactyl sort of started the Great Fire of London. I just think that's a really good sort of idea. Yes, and I like the title, The Visitations, because Earth's being visited by aliens, even though the ship was sort of crashed. It sort of crashed, and yeah, and this story says goodbye to the sonic screwdriver. So this is a more challenging thing for writers and the Doctor to get around, instead of just pulling out the sonic screw and going, oops, oh, I'm free. So this begins the 80s line, you know, the Doctor has to use his brain instead of the sonic screwdriver. Yes, so The Visitations is probably my favourite Peter Davison story. That's just ruined my top 5 Peter Davison thing. I just love the whole sort of historic feeling. I love all the historic stories. I love Visitations, Mark of the Rani, Curse of Fenric. I like most of the historic stories in Doctor Who. Because I think it's very nice. It's a good way of teaching kids about the time of that sort of, well, the sort of time period. Anyway, yeah, this was the first Peter Davison story I actually saw of him just being the Doctor. The other one was the 5 Doctors, which you don't really count as your first Peter Davison story because he's with other Doctors, so you can't really judge his Doctor very well. And I think this was his first Doctor Who story. No, sorry, I think this is his second Doctor Who story he filmed, because he's still finding it hard to get into the character of the Doctor. Yes, so I would recommend The Visitations. It's got some brilliant, absolutely brilliant special features, and just an overall really good story. Yeah, and it's got some really good threats in this, especially this advanced plague, using rats as a sort of weapon. Yes, it's just really good. I love the monsters in this, and I love the whole performances, especially Michael Robinson's character. Yes, so thank you for watching this review. I hope it's not too long. I've noticed that the review lengths are getting bigger, but I'm trying to cut it down as much as possible. My next DVD review will be of The Mind of Evil, which is just over there. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.